So I was thinking to deal today or talk about, and I'm not sure where it's going to take us, about the muscles in the pelvis. And the pelvis, bone-wise, have three bones. The ilium, which the front of the ilium is right here, and it's called ASIS, and it goes around and around and around and around. Then we have the pubis, which is right here, which the bladder sits on top. And then we have the third part, which is between the front and the back, which is the ischium, which we sit on. The ilium has like two flat bones that are kind of not deep, they're not flat, they have like this, right? I didn't bring my hands.
Like a plate.
Like a plate, yes. And there are muscles sitting on top of it. So we have three big muscles, the glutes, and we have underneath it 6 muscles, which are the rotators. They make the leg rotate in and out. I'm kind of just going to give like an overall schematic picture so you have an idea that you have the big muscles on top, which is like when you walk and jump and run and you squeeze your butt, and then you have the muscle underneath. They look like a fan, and those are the ones that help the leg rotate. The sciatic nerve, which a lot of people get pain down the leg, many times happens when the second rotator, the piriformis, sitting right here in the middle, going from here and attaches all the way to the side here. When that muscle becomes tight, and the nerve that's going either through it, or above it, or underneath it, or even sometimes splits, gets squeezed because the muscle is too tight. So the easiest way to, I don't know, easiest, I'm sorry, I shouldn't use. One of the ways to release the nerve is to release the muscle. You can release the muscle by massaging the muscle, by or if the pain is already going down the leg, that means that other muscles are affected and you kind of milk it out. But that's not what we do here. What we do here is try to find movements that will release what it is that you're doing to get that tightness around the nerve. Okay, the nerve wants to breathe. It doesn't like when it's being squished, squeezed. So there are different ways. We're going to try different things, and what I'm going to ask you is to just pay attention to what speaks to you, what doesn't speak to you. If there is a pain, then it's red light. That means don't do. If there's a yellow light, then you're paying attention and you're trying to go back into the green. You're trying to find a place where movement is pleasurable, when life is fun, and you try to find solution with how you move to create that. So we're not exercising, we're not stretching. I'm the queen of stretches, but that's not what we do here. I love stretching. That's not what we do here. You're here only to find out how you can move better, especially at this stage of life. Right? All right, so let's go after a long 5 minutes of talking. Let's lie down. And since we're talking about the pelvis and the muscle that's surrounding the pelvis, I would like to draw your attention to how your hip is laying on the floor. So we're trying to feel out how it's laying on the floor, and one question is one side of the muscles tighter than the other? Is one side of my buttocks is bigger than the other? Is one side of the muscle has more tonicity? Does it feel more dense than the other? Can I feel blood restriction going into the muscle on one side more than the other? And then you might want to look at the bones. Do you feel a tilting? Is one side closer to the floor? Is one side higher towards the ceiling? Is one side wider? Do I have more bone and it's wider from the middle of my body than the other side? Are my ribs on the right side as far from my pelvis as from the left side? Can I feel the way that my leg enters my pelvis? The angle. Does it affect the way that my bones on my legs are relaxing or not relaxing? Does it affect the angle of my foot and the distance of my little toe from my big toe? My little toe from the floor on the right side and the left side. My brain took over without me thinking. Okay, and with all this information, go ahead and bend your knees and come up on your elbows. And roll to one side and then roll to the other side. And as you're rolling, feel the bone in the center. Slow down 10 times of what you do, the speed that you're doing now. If you're just rolling and you're having good time, you're missing what we're trying to figure out. So slow down for a second and go from the center to the edge of the sacrum. The sacrum is the triangle bone in the middle. And feel that edge where the bone ends and the muscle starts. You're way over. You're way over. Okay, let's come to the center. Open your legs to hip width apart. My mistake, I wasn't detailed enough. So from the center, shift to the edge of the bone and stay there. And now as you're on the edge of the bone, come up a little bit to the top of the bone and go down a little bit to the bottom of the bone. Are you with me? Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry. In the middle of the bed, of the hip, there's a triangle bone. And it's called the sacrum. The sacrum has holes in it, and there are nerves that's going down towards the leg. Those nerves are going through muscles. One of them is going through this 5-minute story of going through the piriformis that I told you at the beginning of class. What we're trying to do is we're trying to go and feel the edge of that bone and the attachment of the muscle, or maybe difficulty in the muscle or the nerve coming out, and try to collect as much data as you can so you know where your pain is coming from. Okay? This class is, based on what we talked yesterday. So we are on our elbows, and the triangle bone is sitting in the back. From the center, you're going towards the edge of the bone, and you feel the bone touching the mat. And from there, you're sliding, you're kind of bringing it up like you're zipping a little bit of a zipper, like maybe half an inch up. And then you come back to the middle of the sacrum, and then you go down. And you try to get in touch. You can do it?
Yeah.
You're trying to get in touch. There's nothing to see. I'm moving up and down.
Oh.
But it's so small and it's so delicate. You're trying to figure out where are those 6 rotators underneath the big muscles. Now, if your neck gets tired, then go ahead and lie down and then come back up. Or just get up and rest.
How much approximately below your waist do you think the top of that bone is?
Very good question. I'm not going to take my pants down. I am not going to take my pants down. So this is my waist. The sacrum starts right here. So it's maybe this much further. The sacrum, and then it goes like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can feel it. And it comes down here, and over here my tailbone starts, and it goes in.
Yeah.
Okay?
Got it.
So we are going up and down here, probably between an inch to 2 inches. And you're trying to kind of, on the edge of the sacrum, feel the muscles. And I know I'm asking you a lot. I mean, let's try. Because you can.
I don't get it.
Okay.
How do you move to feel that?
Yeah, I'm doing this.
Oh, okay.
But I'm doing it way smaller, way slower, trying to feel on the edge the muscle.
Okay, I didn't know whether you would do it. Okay.
Okay, so, yeah, let's try. So from the center, you go to the side. And once you go to the side of the bone and you feel the bone, and over it you feel the muscle, then you start massaging those muscles up and down. Yes?
I feel it right here.
What?
It's not comfortable.
No, it's not comfortable.
Okay.
But it's not terrible, is it?
I don't know.
Okay, and then come back to the center and find out what's going on the other side of your sacrum. And let it go, and rest. Picture the sacrum, and as you exhale, exhale the sacrum down a little bit deeper. Allow the bones to get a little bit deeper in your body. And when you inhale, you completely relax it. And you allow to breathe, allow the belly to expand. And as you exhale, exhale and see if you can get in touch with the bone and get the bone a little bit deeper. and let it go. Keep the knees bent and shift the weight all the way to the tailbone, all the way to the tailbone. So your belly button is coming off the floor and you have a big arch in your lumbar. And then flatten it. Inhale, let the belly expand. Exhale, drop the bone a little bit deeper in the body. And now iron it down towards your tailbone, allowing your belly button to come up. And let it go. Everybody's okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, allow the bone to drop deeper and deeper, but without an effort, just allow it with the exhale to drop in, so it's far away from the belly button. And then when you're ready, shift the weight down towards the tailbone in between your legs, and the belly button is coming up and up and up away from the floor. And then come back and relax. And inhale and expand the belly. Exhale and drop the sacrum. And feel how the ligaments that attach inside the pelvis are relaxing and allowing the muscle above it to maybe be more free. And one more time, shift the weight down in between the legs and allow the belly button to come up and up and up off the ground. So a little mouse can slide underneath you. And flatten it back down. Inhale again, expand the belly. Exhale, allow the bone to go even deeper and relax the ligaments attaching the bones in the hip. And from there, press your right foot into the floor and roll the hip to the edge of the sacrum towards the right. Don't get into muscles, you're still on the edge of the bone. And come back to the center. Inhale. Expand your belly. Exhale, drop the sacrum down. Press your right foot and roll to the left. Now I'm saying it correct. When your right foot is pressed, you're rolling to the left. But just to the edge of the sacrum, don't go into muscle. And come back to the center. And continue while I'm going to go around and look. So you're not going towards muscle, you're going from the center to the edge of the bone. Towards the side. So it's very small. The hip is not being lifted. You're just going to the edge of the sacrum, maybe an inch and a half to the side. You have to press the leg. You have to press the leg. So you're pressing the right leg when you go to the left and the other way. So you are ironing the sacrum, the bone. And slowly, as you feel comfortable, you need to use your foot. You need to use the foot. So as you feel comfortable, start moving, using the feet and roll towards the muscles. Make sure that you are pumping down with your foot. You're like pressing on a brake, on the clutch, so you can roll to the opposite side. The right foot presses, you're rolling to the left. Your left foot presses, you're rolling to the right. And make it as soft now, as easy as you can, but you're still using the ironing. You are imprinting the shape of the back of your hip into the mat. So once you get up, there is actually the indentation of your rolling over the mat. The texture of your clothing, the wrinkles, the sign of the belt or the stitches or the pocket. And see if you can keep on breathing and moving. And are you still using the strength of your foot into the ground to initiate the roll? And now allow the eyes to go with the movement. So if you're going to the right, the eyes are going to the right and the head is going to the right. And when you're going to the left, the eyes and the nose, the chin goes to the left. And then come to the center and either stretch your legs or not, but rest. And when you rest, have a look inside your hip and ask yourself again, how does the muscle feel? How does the bone feel? And one more breath. And go ahead and bend your legs again. And inhale into your belly, expand the belly. Exhale, drop the weight into the sacrum, press the left leg and roll to the right and get into the muscles. And now in the muscle, create a quarter of a circle going from the right, from maybe number 3 on the clock down towards in between your legs to number 6. And then back from number 6 along the fleshy part of your buttocks up to number 3 and maybe to number 2 if you can, and then maybe number 1 and back into the center to the sacrum. Inhale, exhale, drop the sacrum into the mat, press your left foot, shift into the right side to number 3 on the clock. Bring it down to 4, 5, 6 in between your legs, and back to 6 and 5 and 4 and 3, up to 2 and 1. You're making like half a circle on the right side and back to the center. And continue. Try to make a half a circle really soft and round. Going through the fleshy part, slow it down so you learn which part of that side of the hip is working better. You may want to stop at a certain part of it. Back up a little bit, continue. It's your journey. There's not right and wrong. It's your exploration of what those muscles on that side of your body are doing. And how can you help them so you can move through them with ease? All right, go ahead and bend your knees, and we're going to go to the other side. So inhale, expand your belly. Exhale, lower the sacrum to the floor. Shift your weight to the left by pressing, or the other side, by pressing the opposite leg. And then start doing a half a circle down towards number 6, and then continue back to 7 and 8 and 9 and 11 and 12 and back to the center, and then inhale again. Exhale, press into the floor and move down to 6, in your own tempo up towards 12. And then back to the center. And when you're ready, after expanding, exhale. Shift the weight to number 9 and go through the fleshy part, through the muscle, fiber by fibers, down towards 6. And fiber by fiber, from 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to 11 to 12 and back to the sacrum. And again, inhale. Expand the belly, exhale, allow the sacrum to drop. Shift the weight to the left, anchor the right foot into the floor. Go down fiber by fiber, muscle by muscle, towards 6. And you choose which part you want to pay more attention to. And once you come to the center, relax. and turn to the side and lie down on your side with your knees bent, knee on top of knee, foot on top of foot. Your head can be on your arm, but knee on top of knee, foot on top of foot. And take the upper heel, whichever side you're laying on, your upper heel, put your hand on your buttocks on the side and lift the heel, leave the big toes touching. Lift the heel and lower the heel. Put your hand on your buttocks, on the top of your buttocks, your top of your buttocks, the fleshy part, and lift the heel and lower the heel. Maybe the fingers, and see if you can feel those, only the heel, only the heel. Only the heel, only the heel, not the big toe, not the big toe. The big toe is touching, it's the heel. Can you feel the bones moving? Can you feel the muscle moving? The heel goes up and the heel goes down. And leave the heel on the ground, on the other foot, and now lift the toes away from the heel. And lift the toes away from the heel. And now roll the knee over the other knee and in towards you. And roll the knee forward. So it's coming not foot on top of foot, knee on top of knee. The knee goes forward and the knee goes back. The knee goes forward and the knee goes back. The knee goes forward and the knee goes back. The knee goes forward and bring the knee so it's one on top of the other. And now bring the toes up and the knee up. So you kind of clamp and close. Do you feel how the muscles are working hard? Now they're contracting. The knee goes up and the knee goes down. Now lift the heel and lift the foot, and now the muscles are lengthening. And knee up and lower leg up. The knees are touching. Now the knees are apart. And now knees are touching and the foot and the lower leg is coming up. And knees and foot and lower leg. Knees are touching. And knees are apart, like a clam. and knees together, and the lower leg is up. And now that you felt those muscles working, roll on your back and rest and see if you can feel the difference. And we'll go to the other side. All right, and let's go to the other side. We're going to start with heel up. Will you be more comfortable doing it sitting? Try doing it sitting.
Try doing it.
While you're seated. Sitting on the stage.
Oh.
And do it in sitting position. The heel and down, and heel and down, and heel and down. So you bring the heel outward, like Charlie Chaplin. There you go. And down, and heel up, and heel down. And see if you can feel the movement in the muscles in the back of you. And work gently, don't try to do a big movement. You're trying to re-educate and get out of pain, not create more pain. The no pain, no gain is false, really, really false.
Yeah.
But we all prescribe to it somehow. We continue to bang our heads. All right, let's go now to the toes up and down. Toes up and down. And see if you can feel that contraction, the tiny little bit contraction that happens, tightening up when you do that. It's the toes without the knee. It's kind of hard to separate and not lift the knee. But try. Okay, rest. Roll the knee forward. Roll the knee back. Roll the knee forward, 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 like you're going forward. There. And back. And forward. And back. And forward. And back. And forward. And rest. Lift the knee up, so you're opening to the side, and bring it back in, and now knee on top of knee and bring the lower leg up, knee touching, there you go. So that's contraction, down, and then bring the knee away from the center. There you go. Now you're contracting those muscles. And as you lift the leg, the lower leg, you are lengthening these muscles. And as you are lifting the knee, you are shortening these muscles. And as you are lifting the lower leg, and lifting the knee, and lifting the lower leg. And go ahead and roll on your back, and rest. And one last time, bend your knees and come up on your elbows. And try, or actually on your hands and elbows, and try to create a circle and massage the three glutes and the muscles underneath. And try different direction. And ask yourself, do I need to move the knees in and out, or can I roll on my pelvis without changing the distance between my knees? Can I roll around my hip independent of, there you go. Fantastic. All right. And come back sitting.